Good morning, squad. Welcome back to MadMizzy Sports Morning Show, the #1 spot for everything sports talk, sports news, sports debate in the morning. Hope y'all had a great Wednesday and Thursday. I didn't have enough space to record my episodes, edit it, and get it up to y'all, so I had to take a few days off, but I got the space today. I got the time today, and we're going to start it off with the Brooklyn Nets losing their 4th straight game without Kevin Durant. Are the Brooklyn Nets going to win a game without Kevin Durant moving forward? Then we got to speak on Coach Prime already making a splash down there at the University of Colorado. Then, of course, to end it off, we got to touch on the divisional round of the NFL playoffs coming on this weekend of the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Kansas City Chiefs, the New York Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles, the Cincinnati Bengals at the Buffalo Bills, and the Dallas Cowboys at my San Francisco 49ers to cap off Sunday divisional round in the NFL. Let's get right into it, gang gang. So let's start off going back to Thursday night in Phoenix, and the Brooklyn Nets facing the Phoenix Suns, losing another game without Kevin Durant, dropping their 4th straight game without Kevin Durant, with Kevin Durant facing an injury, being out for the rest of the month of January. Will the Brooklyn Nets win another game with Kevin Durant being out for the rest of the month? It's going to be hard to see. You look at it, like I said, they went 0-4 since Kevin Durant went out. Haven't really played any good teams in that 4-game stretch. The only good team that they played was the Boston Celtics. That was the immediate game after that. I called that game right on the number 2. 109-98. I gotta do a little short or a little reel to shine a light on my prediction. You feel? I hit it right on the nose. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, that was the only good team that they played. They dropped the game to the San Antonio Spurs, lost to the Phoenix Suns yesterday without Devin Booker, without Chris Paul. They was missing damn near their whole starting 5. Only person they had out there was DeAndre Ayton and Mikal Bridges, and they were getting pulverized. It took 21 points from Kyrie Irving in the 4th quarter just to make it respectable at the end. You feel what I'm saying? So you got Ben Simmons being ejected early in that game. Didn't have any points. He's just been regressing ever since Kevin Durant went out. Kevin Durant, you just got to give so much praise to Kevin Durant and how he was leading this band of misfits. You get what I'm saying? Like, we like to look at Kyrie, we like to look at Ben Simmons, we like to look at Seth Curry and look at all these dudes and be like, yo, they got some talent, but none of them really bring that dog or that heart. You get what I'm saying? Not even Seth. I'm not even saying it like Seth's supposed to be something special, but Seth doesn't bring that heart. You get what I'm saying? I think Royce O'Neal brings that heart game in, game out. Kyrie Irving, he didn't look like he was engaged until the 4th quarter last night. You get what I'm saying? You think about the immediate game where they played the Boston Celtics. He dropped 15 in that game. The next game, I think he dropped like 24. But you're supposed to be going snap dog. Like Klay Thompson went when Steph Curry went down. Klay Thompson was averaging 35 points a game when Steph went down. The Warriors went 6-5 in 11 games that Steph Curry was out. You get what I'm saying? Because Klay Thompson stepped up. Because Jordan Poole stepped up. You need these dudes to step up down there in Brooklyn. You can't just lose because Kevin Durant is out. The Milwaukee Bucks ain't folding in the cards. You saw Drew Holiday out there like this. Oh, I'm back at the #1 spot. Give me these buckets. Give me these buckets, baby. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just highly disappointed in how the Brooklyn Nets have been performing without Kevin Durant on the floor. Like, you can't just waste all of the effort that Kevin Durant was putting in to put y'all almost at the #1 seed. If I'm not mistaken, y'all were at the #1 seed before he went down. And to now be losing it all and go on a losing streak, somebody needs to take the bull by the horns and turn this thing back around. You look at, they got the Utah Jazz coming up tonight. They got Golden State Saturday. 76ers on Monday. They got the Detroit Pistons, New York Knicks, and then the Los Angeles Lakers before they get Boston on February 1st. To start off the month of February. To me, I'm looking at it, Utah might be a win, but that ain't going to be an easy win, and I don't know how confident I am on that one. I'm not giving them a win against Golden State or Philadelphia. They might get a win against Detroit, but I'm not giving them a win against the Knicks or the Lakers. So, I'm looking at it at best right now. They might go, what, 2-8 in the 10 games without Kevin Durant. So, I'm very, very disappointed in how this team has folded without the leadership of Kevin Durant, but that's just giving the praise and tipping my cap to Kevin Durant and how he's been able to lead this team. Let's move on, though. Let's touch on college football, and Coach Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, is already making a splash down there in the University of Colorado, stealing away the #1 recruiting cornerback in the nation this year, Cormani McClain, who already committed to the University of Miami to flip to the University of Colorado. Shout out to Gilly. Shout out to Wallow. More so, shout out to Gilly because he was the one that I seen actually giving the announcement and all that, where the kid was saying that he was flipping from the University of Miami to the University of Colorado. It was just a dope atmosphere. It was black excellence. It was just exciting, honestly. It's just bringing so much excitement around college football and around a black coach. Like, I just don't get what the naysayers or the negative people about primetime have, like, against them. I really don't know what they have against them when all he's doing is giving the youth an opportunity. Like, that's all we wanted growing up, was an opportunity. Like, when you hear these kids talk, all they say to Prime is, thank you for this amazing opportunity. I just want to give props out to Coach Prime and how he's really taking this change and putting his fingerprint on it. You get what I'm saying? I want to see how much y'all going to be hating when he take University of Colorado to the national championship. With that being said, how long do y'all think until Colorado is a power and a national championship contender? For me, I'm going to say about 2-3 years. Now, that may be sounding extreme, but you just got the #1 cornerback in the nation to flip from the University of Miami to the University of Colorado. So that's telling me if they win this year, next year they might have a top 10 recruiting class. And then you think about the year after that, if they win, oh man, all hell might break loose if they get a top 5 recruiting class. And then, like I said, that third year is just pew. So I got a lot of confidence in Coach Prime to turn around the University of Colorado immediately, just like he did Jackson State University. Shout out to Coach Prime, man. Let's move on, though. Let's finally get into the NFL. Let's finally get into the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Let's start off with the first game that's coming on Saturday. You got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Kansas City Chiefs coming on Saturday, 4:30 p.m., 27-17. Kansas City Chiefs was the score of the first matchup in the regular season, and the score wasn't even that close. The Kansas City Chiefs actually dominated that game more than the score actually reflected. But what am I seeing from this game? To me, I see a lot of emotion that was poured into the game for the Jacksonville Jaguars to come back on the Los Angeles Chargers, not being in the playoffs for years and years, and then going down, 27-0, going into half 27-7, and then coming back and winning that game. To me, that was just a lot of energy exerted, a lot of emotions exerted, and I don't know if they'll be able to get it back up for the Kansas City Chiefs that's just sitting there revving. Kansas City Chiefs, led by Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Any team led by Andy Reid, I don't remember the last time I seen Andy Reid one and done in the playoffs, bro. I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. I don't remember the last time I seen Andy Reid not win a playoff game. You feel me? So I'm not betting against the Kansas City Chiefs that are led by Andy Reid, his play calling, Eric Bieniemy, his play calling, and Patrick Mahomes and his playmaking. I'm not betting against them. And I think Patrick Mahomes wants to go out there and prove the doubters wrong. He lost the Super Bowl against the Tampa Bay Bucks, came back the next year, and he was the reason that they lost to the Cincinnati Bengals. Well, not the reason. Tyreek Hill dropped the pass, but he probably shouldn't have threw it into double coverage, but that's another discussion. He throws an interception to lose the game to the Cincinnati Bengals. They go on to play in the Super Bowl. So to me, I think that Patrick Mahomes is on a mission, and that mission is going to take another step forward and is going to reach another height and another level once the playoffs start. Because we know Patrick Mahomes is like the Michael Jordan, the Allen Iverson of the playoffs. You know, when the playoffs come, it's playoff Pat. It's playoff Pat, B. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs 34-20 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's move on to the nightcap that's coming on Saturday. Giants were 0-2 against the Philadelphia Eagles during the regular season. You just think about Jalen Hurts having more time to recover that surgery. I think a lot of emotions were exerted into the win for the New York Giants over the Minnesota Vikings. Another thing that kind of correlates with the Jacksonville Jaguars of them not being in the playoffs for such a long time, them having a young quarterback, them getting a playoff win with their young quarterback in his first playoff start. I think it was a lot of energy and emotions invested into that game, but I do think that it's going to be a lot closer game this time around. I feel like the Birds will just make enough plays. I think it's going to be too much Miles Sanders, too much Devontae Smith, too much A.J. Brown. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be more reserved because, I mean, he's still got that shoulder injury. I don't think he's going to go full throttle until probably like the NFC Championship game and then the Super Bowl. But I'm going to see just enough plays from Jalen Hurts and the rest of those cats down there in Philadelphia and South Philly. I'm going to go 24-20 Philadelphia Eagles over the New York Giants. Let's move on to the Sunday games. The Sunday games kick off with the Cincinnati Bengals at the Buffalo Bills. We didn't get a chance to finish that game due to the unfortunate injury to Damar Hamlin during that game, the cardiac arrest that occurred during that game. To me, I'm looking at it, we don't really have a glimpse on what to expect from this game, but the Bengals look prime. The Bengals, even in that game against the Buffalo Bills, they went down the field, they scored a touchdown. The Buffalo Bills come down, they score a field goal. The Cincinnati Bengals going down the field looking like they about to score another touchdown or get in range for a field goal. So to me, I'm looking at the Cincinnati Bengals. They don't turn the ball over as much as the Buffalo Bills. Their offense is a lot more crisp, in my opinion, like just a lot more out, get it going, more continuity, more constructive, and more flow to it as far in comparison to, I look at the Buffalo Bills and it's just a lot of looking for big plays from Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, or Josh Allen. You get what I'm saying? Like, they need to get Singletary more involved. They got to get James Cook more involved. I don't know if they'll do that this time around Sunday afternoon in Buffalo in Orchard Park, but I'm going to go with the Bengals 23-20. I'm going to see them making just enough plays, and I'm going to see a turnover in a critical situation from Josh Allen. I'm gonna see maybe a interception, maybe a strip sack fumble, something like that to really turn the game around and give the Bengals the opportunity to get that victory and move on to the AFC Championship game. Let's move on to the nightcap coming on Sunday of the Dallas Cowboys at my San Francisco 49ers. The rivalry is renewed. I have nothing against the Dallas Cowboys, but for this week, it's those Dallas Cowboys, man. I'm not trying to hear none of that. I'm not trying to hear none of that. Micah Parsons doing all this talking. He was talking last year. Now he want to talk again this year. I'm tired of Micah talking. I'm tired of him talking. You feel what I'm saying? So for me, I look at it. The Cowboys are 5-3 in the 8 games that they faced my San Francisco 49ers in the playoffs. But when you look at those 5-3 games, a lot of those games were when we didn't have a good defense. But when you look at the critical games, the Dwight Clark catch was against the Dallas Cowboys. Steve Young, on his way to his only Super Bowl ring, he beat the Dallas Cowboys. So when you look at the major totality of those games and how big they were, now that started the Cowboys dynasty did start on my San Francisco 49ers in 1993. And then you had Jimmy Johnson come in there and have the infamous quote, "How about those Cowboys?" So for me, when you look at the history of this rivalry, when you look at the history of the success of these two franchises, it's just so much anticipation, so much excitement, and so much on the line, because I honestly believe that whoever wins this game is going to win the NFC. They're going to win the NFC and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl this year. So I'm going to go with my San Francisco 49ers. We beat the Dallas Cowboys in Jerry World last year, 23-17. It wasn't even that close. It was 23-7 heading into the fourth quarter, and then Jimmy Garoppolo happened. We know how that goes. We haven't seen Brock Purdy go Jimmy Garoppolo just yet, where he's just missing wide open passes, or he's in the pocket looking lost. You feel what I'm saying? And then a fumble happens or something stupid like that. You get what I'm saying? So we haven't seen that from Brock Purdy yet, and our offense has been a #1 offense since he's been injected into the starting lineup due to injury. So I'm going with my San Francisco 49ers. We coming in healthy. Deebo Samuel was hobbled last year. Elijah Mitchell was hobbled last year. Christian McCaffrey was on the Panthers last year. This year, 30-20, San Francisco 49ers. Too much Christian McCaffrey, too much George Kittle, too much Elijah Mitchell, too much Brock Purdy, too much Brandon Ayuk, and don't even get me started on the defense with Nick Bosa, the defensive MVP. Fred Warner, the best inside linebacker in the game. Dre Greenlaw, the second best inside linebacker in the game. Talanoa Hufanga, the best safety in the game. And Tavares Ward, the top 5 corner in the game. We are going to punch the Dallas Cowboys in the mouth, guaranteed. Let me repeat the score for y'all one more time. 30 San Francisco 49ers, 20 Dallas Cowboys. Y'all know what it is, though, man. This is MadMizzy Sports Morning Show. Let me know what y'all think. Will the Nets win a game without Kevin Durant? Coach Prime already stealing recruits down there at the University of Colorado. How long until the University of Colorado was turned into a national power and a national championship contender? But this episode is about the divisional round. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Kansas City Chiefs Saturday, 4:30. We got the Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles, 8:15 Saturday. We got the Bengals at the Bills, 3 p.m. Sunday. And then we got the Dallas Cowboys at the San Francisco 49ers, 6:30 Sunday. Let me know what y'all think. This is MadMizzy Sports Morning Show. Like, comment, share, subscribe, listen, alert. MizzyWorld Entertainment. Gang.